recent times, curbing gender-based violence in schools and environment of learning have been a source of concern to government and non-governmental organizations. This is why Gender Mobile Initiative, a non-governmental organization, launched the Campus Power mobile platform. The application is aimed at reporting and serves as standby interventions for persons who experience sexual abuses in environment of learning. Founder and Executive Director, Gender Mobile Initiative, Omawumi Ogunrotimi said the portal will serve as a quick response to issues that constitute sexual harassment in schools.
In 2019, the nation came to terms with the reality of the epidemic proportion of sexual harassment in our fine institutions. And of course, the BBC Sex for Grades video also provided insights on emerging issues, and we were confronted with the Herculean task of providing really critical answers to fundamental questions. Questions such as, what is the parameters to determine behaviors that constitute sexual harassment? Given the diverse population of academic staff, non-academic staff, and students, what exactly should be the thrust of any policy framework to address sexual harassment in the environment of learning? With a pragmatic policy framework that addresses definitional clarity, that regulates social relations, that helps to diffuse power hierarchies, and most importantly, that institutionalizes a proactive bystander intervention, stipulates grievance redressal mechanisms, and also, puts students at the center of prevention and response efforts, and a reporting system that guarantees the physical and academic security of students, we will achieve our aspirational goal of creating an environment of learning that is safe and free for all.
Wife of the Ekiti State Governor, Bisi Fayemi, while addressing the stakeholders at the launch said victims of sexual harassment need immediate support systems.
Patriarchal norms and values fuel gender-based violence. Therefore, gender issues and an understanding of power dynamics should be added to the general studies curriculum in tertiary institutions. We also need relevant data and research on an ongoing basis. Gender Mobile should be encouraged to extend the use of its application to those who want to report rape and sexual violence on campuses.
Other stakeholders expressed satisfaction with the initiative and promised to continue lending support to curb gender violence in institutions of learning.
Unless you've gone through Nigerian universities and experienced sexual violence or sexual harassment, it might be just another project for you. Some of us have lived it, some survived. I have friends who didn't survive it, some had to leave school because of that. And so many girls, and especially the female gender, suffer from sexual harassment. It's a power dynamic play. And we need to find a way to ensure that survivors can tell their stories without judgment. The stigma and shame associated with reporting sexual harassment needs to stop. And these kind of applications help survivors to tell their stories without fear of rebuttal, and also ensure that justice is served, both for the perpetrator and for the survivor.
The Office of the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice is therefore supportive of any initiative that will prevent sexual harassment in tertiary education institutions. The development of this mobile platform is up for three basic reasons. First, tertiary education institutions should see the inauguration of a proactive policy aimed at preventing sexual harassment within the learning and teaching spaces as complementary approaches to this act.
That's going to address one of the burning issues in our higher institutions. From just the video they presented, I saw more than 68% of our female experience sexual harassment in the higher institutions. So bringing this kind of initiative or innovation that can help solve a problem impacting many people in Nigeria is a groundbreaking for me. And also at NIDA, that's the kind of innovation we are promoting.
Indeed, if millions of Nigerian girls do not have access to safe and quality education, if fulfilling their potential are hindered by child marriage, female genital mutilation, and gender-based violence, women's inclusion and meaningful participation in the public sphere will act as a stumbling block in the country's efforts to accelerate the achievement of this government's economic recovery and growth plan. To do this, we must empower women and girls through information, conducive policies, and ensuring access to quality services for improving their health, including sexual, reproductive, and mental health. And I hope this app can be a source of the integrated services they require.
Gender Mobile Initiative is a non-governmental organization established to complement government efforts in eliminating sexual and gender-based violence in the environment of learning. Emmanuel Onu, News 24 International.